we looked at a large population of coffee consumers in Italy, over 1,000 of them, and we followed them for over 16 years. And during this 16-year period, we were able to assess them medically. So, take a look at their blood pressure, collect blood samples, as well as urine samples, and continue to do a medical examination and ask them about what they ate and drank, including how many cups of coffee they consumed per day. At the end of that 16-year period, we started to take a look at what was happening to their health. And when we looked at, those health outcomes, what was going on with them, we were able to identify some people who had genetic differences in how they metabolized caffeine. So there is an enzyme in our liver that metabolizes caffeine. We all have that enzyme, but we have different forms of it. 50% of people have a form of the enzyme that is very slow. So it metabolizes caffeine very slowly. And if you think about a cup of coffee, slow metabolizers, can break down caffeine in 1 cup of coffee as if it's like 4 cups. So they're 4 times slower in breaking down caffeine. So when we analyzed these people, we divide them into 2 separate groups. In those 2 separate groups, we were able to see that, the slow metabolizers of caffeine who were drinking 3 cups of espresso or more for that period of time started to have kidney problems at a very young age. So the average age was early 30s. In our study. So, we were looking at a fairly healthy, fairly young group of people that over time started to have some kidney problems, signals of kidney problems, simply by consuming more than 3 cups of coffee. On the other hand, those people who were fast metabolizers of caffeine, there was no association with coffee. So whether they had no coffee, 2 to 3 cups, or more than 3 cups per day, there was no change to how their kidney function was developed over the years in relation to their coffee consumption. Really, we should understand how our bodies work. Our biology is different, as we show in this study, and also in many previous studies, we have shown that 2 people do not consume or metabolize the food the same way. Okay, so my recommendation and my hope is that we start to personalize what we explain to people, what we tell them to do for their health. So if you're a fast metabolizer, I say if you have 3 cups of coffee, that's great. There's no problem with that. But if you're a slow metabolizer, I would recommend that you don't consume more than 2 cups of coffee a day, or keep your total caffeine intake from tea, coffee, chocolate, all of those things to less than 200 milligrams per day.